Happy day. Welcome back to the regular week. I've decided to don my bear costume, my bloody bear, just, for shits and gigs, for the reading today. I'm out in the wonderful Zen garden. And today I wanted to talk about receiving. Receiving love. Receiving things, energy from other people. There is often the type of people who just give and give and give of themselves because it makes them feel good, and it's a fantastic attribute of somebody to have. It helps people feel like they are useful, needed, wanted, and some people, they really want to feel wanted. I know I have perchance for that. It's one of my, my odd things that I like to feel useful. I like to feel needed. I like to help out. The thing where it gets me in, oh great, now they're gonna start chainsawing or whatnot. The thing that gets me in trouble is that I don't ask for adequate return, or I don't allow for adequate return, because it's something that can be taken advantage of for me. And there are those people out there that like to take and take and take. And they'll just keep taking if you keep giving. Now, to some fault of your own, you're allowing this, but it's okay because you can say no more. You can be like, I think that the bank account you have been withdrawing from is in a negative balance, and now you owe the return. And if you can't pay the return, you have to pay the price. And the price, depending on your relationship with that person, can be not doing anything anymore, / not even having them in your life. And this is a variation of kind of what I've been talking about on multiple levels. There's so many different perspectives to look at life. That's why I find it so fascinating. And it's really hard for me to be unhappy because there's always a different way to look at something. There's always a new way to be able to aspect a thing in a positive light. That's why it's also really hard for me to see people in a bad, negative manner. And I've actually had to learn how to see the slimy, the worst, the vile, the ugly in people, to know where I don't want that and where not to switch my perspective over into positive light. I can see the good. I can see the real good in just about everybody. One of my best qualities. My least favorite quality is seeing the good in everyone, because then it's hard to see that terrible negative, and sometimes that terrible negative is not yours to deal with. It's theirs to deal with. They've thrust it upon you because they like the way that they look in your mirror. And when you take that mirror away, they get really upset, and they don't want to mirror themselves. So, first we'll get to these cards. I'll do this one too. Easy peasy. You are a jewel, even though you may not see it. What you consider imperfection is an illusion. Even in darkness you shine eternally bright. And that totally goes along with what I was talking about. How, there's positivity. There's good in everybody. It's just whether or not they want to exercise it. And if they rely on you to exercise their good, they're not working that muscle out. They're making you basically carry them. like a crap sack. If you saw one of my past ones. Oh my god. Okay, so this was kind of a mistake, but it's okay. I got my mermaid bathing suit here. Don't carry someone else's weight. Everybody has to do their fair share. We must have karmic balance. We must have equality. And I feel like for the longest time, in a sense of society and humanity, since the sacred feminine had progressed so far forward, but yet they were like trying to carry along the sacred masculine that still needed to further their self-reflection, further their understanding of who they were. And it's been a very long time. The sacred masculine has been very oppressed and very damaged. And so, that is something to be considered. But that doesn't give you a handicap. I follow people on my Facebook feed that have had terrible things happen in their life. Perspective-wise, though, they can either move on and continue to live, or they can sit there and wallow in what they've perceived is this horrible, terrible loss that they will never, ever recover from. I love, love, love watching somebody who has faced something and they've flipped it and become this person of just a beacon of light and positivity and continuing to forge on, because strength is a muscle we have to exercise in our own minds. We must continue to walk on, because if you quit, you're continuing this negative cloud. You're letting the negative cloud win. And we're here on this earth to maximize the full potential of all of our abilities. We are gods. We are, in our own right, living, breathing gods. And to experience and understand that we have to go through these trials and tribulations to see what we are actually made of. I'm made of some pretty tough leather. I'm not going to lie. So it's always funny when people try to put me in a box or try and, treat me like a delicate little flower when that delicate little flower is like a monstrous beast that's about to eat their hand, So, on to the next card. I've kind of gone off on a separate tangent. So, say this to yourself, because this is the first step. I am so grateful for you, my love. You give so freely without condition. Life is an endless flow of blessings because of your great love. When you recognize the blessings in your life and you love yourself without saying, yeah, but I wish this about myself, or I wish that about myself, or I wish I hadn't gone through that, or I wish I wasn't in this type of situation, because those are all circumstantial. Those are all mental, just thoughts. You can change your mind. You can change your thought about something. And continuing to have those and repeat those thoughts will repeat those thought patterns and repeat that behavior and that negativity that you think about yourself. So, for me, worthiness of who I was to other people was something that I was really stuck on for a long time, and then I just kind of realized that the only person who matters to understand my worth is myself, because the only person who's going to help me progress along in my life fully and to the furthest extent of what I want is myself. Nobody else can give it to me. And I have to practice that and practice nurturing that person. So, on that note, when you start nurturing that person, new love will come your way. Yet, in order for it to manifest, you must first release the past. Are you ready? All it takes is a conscious desire to do so, consciously, your mind. Release past patterns. Release those thoughts. The only person telling you that you're not good enough is you. You might project it upon others. You might say, oh, well, this person only sees this of me. Fuck that. Fuck them. If they don't see your full potential, then what the fuck are you looking at them for? For that approval. Look right there in the mirror and you say, damn it, you're fucking awesome and you should realize that. So, now that I've probably scared you Shia LaBeouf style, I'm going to move on to the other cards. Oh, another thing, can I just say, always been self-conscious of the abdominals. I know it's a sensitive spot, but I am thoroughly enjoying how I feel about my body these days, and I think that is an important step in my progress, and I just wanted to point that out because, woo, jumping cards, because, you know what, it's okay, it's okay. Alright, see if we can get more cards, more cards, more cards. I think we'll do 5 today. Punctuation mark. Where are you? Punctuation mark. Say yes. Oh, love that movie. Yes, man. Say yes. Alright. Punctuation mark. Queen of Cups in reverse. So I think we're dealing with a lot of Queen of Cups reversal energy today, and it might carry on to tomorrow. And Queen of Cups is dwelling. She's a dweller. She, is upset. She's sad. She cries. She feels all the feels. She feels that pain. And it's legitimate sadness that you can acknowledge your pain. You can connect with it. It's okay to feel those feelings. But what you really would like to do is channel that. You want to channel those feelings into something more productive, whether or not it be artistic projects. Don't mind me, just adjusting my top here. Artistic projects. What was it? I was listening to a podcast and somebody said the best music they've ever a lot of people have made are by the most tortured artists sometimes. And if you look at it, you see these people, they don't produce a whole lot of albums, they're not just churning them out, but after they've gone through something and they've experienced a thing, they use that as their the fuel for their artistic abilities. And I think that too many people think negativity is a useless, wasteful emotion when you could be channeling that. You could channel, you experience everything for a reason, so you channel what you experienced into art. And then you get such great return, even if you haven't gotten the return from someone else. So I think that the Queen of Cups really need to focus on channeling those emotions and understanding them. Don't use them as weapons, but use them as stepping stones for your own upliftment, enlightenment. Learn. So we have the Princess of Swords upright, the Queen of Pentacles upright, Lovers in reverse, and the Eight of Pentacles. Well, alright, so in my opinion, all these 4 cards together definitely signify working together with another person on some kind of project. You know, there's a cooperation that's needing to be happening, and there's going to be it's this hard work that needs to be done. And I think there's this these new new words, new thoughts, new actions, new ideas being put into place. And with newness, everything needs a little bit of tweaking. You need to kind of start adjusting the sails. There needs to be a shift in ideas and thoughts. And they're practical. They're having to do with some kind of practical matter that needs to be resolved for a security or a safety or a home-like feeling, that is a nurturing home-like feeling that comes with the Queen of Pentacles, this feminine hearth, earth, woman energy. So then we have the Lovers in reverse, and the Lovers in reverse is talking about cooperation and coordination with another person, and talking about bringing new love in your life when you've figured out these how to tweak these ideas in your mind about what you need and what is comfortable for you. Then, and only then, are you bringing in that vibration of what you want. And it takes hard work. You have to work at something to have something worth having. It reminds me of a lot of different sayings. I could probably go into a multitude, but just think about when somebody, when you got something for free, like they threw in a free item in your order or something like that, and you saw it and you said, "Oh, that's cool," for a second, and then you tossed it aside. But when you had to work and earn something, and you waited and you waited for so long, and then it finally came and you were just over the moon about it. That's what I'm talking about. The difference of value placed on something is directly correlated to the amount of work needed to achieve that something. So I'm going to leave you with that. I hope that resonates, and I hope that it brings a certain amount of peace, understanding. I know work is not necessarily something people like to hear, but thinking about the return of what you get from what you do when you actually are going for something that you really want, priceless. Amazing possibilities coming in. So I'm going to leave you with that. Have a great rest of your day and enjoy this wonderful, beautiful weather.